Good morning, South. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance with Senior Amrit Pabla.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
We'll hear more from Amrit Pabla later in the show. Good morning once again, and welcome to this edition of the Falcon Report for this Friday, the 16th of October, 2020, a day A1. I'm Aiden Andrews. It's been a few weeks now since extra help got underway for the school year. The Falcon Report has taken a look at what is new and what has stayed the same in this thrice-weekly endeavor to aid in the student understanding of and performance in their classes. Eden Jean-Louise joins us now with a report.
While the return of extra help has provided some normalcy in our school, it has featured some unique new additions. For starters, extra help is with remote access. The school's limited capacity has prevented overflow in crowded rooms, but the current extra help has made it for coexisting environment both in school and remote learning.
So when I went to AP Stats Extra Help, it was a little different because it was capped to the amount of people that could go into the classroom, and it was just more limited in the amount of people that could be in there. But that
Another unique feature of our extra help is before school. To divert a concentration of students after school, the district has provided students an opportunity to attend extra help early in the morning, with the similar purpose of aiding students and granting them possibility of one-on-one attention.
I would definitely like to see some more students who do have questions popping on and asking them, but it's all up to you. You got to participate in order to do well, so I hope to see you on there.
Extra help sessions have kept the capacity small, but nevertheless continue to be a great resource accessible to all South students.
Certainly a service worth taking advantage of. Forensic students of Mrs. Mary Pica kicked off their crime scene unit with a hands-on crime scene sketching lab. Jada Alvarez returns to the scene of the virtual crime. Jada?
That's right, Aiden. Forensic students have investigated crime scenes just yesterday.
Students began with an introductory video demonstration explaining the initial setup of a crime scene. Sketches included a legend guide which portrayed crime materials such as a handkerchief, bloodstains, measurement of the crime scene, and the victim's body placement. With physical sharing prohibited, the forensic class turned to digital creation powered by Microsoft Whiteboard. From their own devices, the in-person and the remote learners designed their own sketches using various colors and keys to represent their crime scene. As the forensic class continues their research into the crime scene unit, they were still able to get hands-on with their digital investigation.
An intriguing lab, surely. And on to another science subject, AP Biology students have been occupied. Through a 2-day demonstration, those involved have begun studying the process of osmosis. Ibrahim Quadri has a story.
The students of Mrs. Afifia Hatsios' AP Biology class experienced a phenomenon in action during their osmosis lab this Wednesday. Safely observing from a distance, the biology students were given separate demonstrations to understand the biochemical process of osmosis. Using an object as simple as a potato core and submerging it in pure water, students were able to predict the movement of water in the experiment, observing the swelling up of the core. Then, using a mock cell in a solution filled with distilled water and potassium iodide, students were able to predict the osmosis of the material and compare it to the lifelike nature of actual human cells.
Now we're going to let them go for a little bit, and I know the reaction's a little slow. Oh, yeah.
Finally, students observed osmosis using gelatinous cubes in a solution of sodium hydroxide and phenolphthalein, tracing that 3 times faster. Filling the beaker with vinegar and observing the changing colors, students were able to understand how the size of the cubes influenced the rate of osmosis.
Thanks, Ibrahim. The research students of South High School continue to strive for greatness, as yet another student has been published for her extraordinary efforts. Senior Amrit Pabla has dedicated her time for almost 2 years researching remedies and treatments for liver scarring. To learn more about her outstanding accomplishments and continued success, Oliver Chazinski joins us with Amrit now.
Thanks, Aiden. I'm joined here at Amrit Pabla, who was first author on a published paper and competed in LICEF, NICEF, and JSHS. So, Amrit, how did it feel like when you found out that you were published?
It felt amazing to know that I was one of the first authors for this publication. I felt like all of the work that I had done over this summer and last summer definitely paid off.
And how did Mr. C and Mrs. Torregrosa assist you in your works?
Mr. C and Mrs. Torregrosa are a huge part of all of the work I've done. They helped me first get the amazing opportunity to be in a lab, and then during the summer and the school year, they are both always there whenever you need them. They help you with everything from like understanding your results to writing the paper and doing the competitions. So I'm very grateful for both of them because I couldn't have done it without them.
You not only did a lot of work, you committed to doing your best every single day to get to where you are now. Is there a secret to your motivation to be successful?
I think it's just the way that I grew up. My family always emphasized the value of education from a young age. They taught me the importance of education and working hard no matter what you're doing. So school has always been a significant priority in my life.
Well, thank you so much for your time, and congratulations on all your achievements. Back to you, Aiden.
When the Falcon Report returns, we'll unmask at brand new for the 2020 7th grade art project. But first, a bird's eye view of the senior photo showcase that was unveiled Tuesday. The Falcon Report will be right back.
What's all of this?
I made a lot of digital media and I have nowhere to post it.
Instagram?
Bigger audience.
What about Twitter?
Ha! No, something bigger.
South's Literary Art Magazine.
Alright, now that's the place.
Do you want to make changes to your school? Do you want to get involved in school events? Do you want your voice heard? Well, join student government today. Just take a look at this happy member right here.
I used to complain to my friends about school, but now that I joined student government, my voice can be heard. Thanks, student government.
The art department took a very 2020 look at the concept of self-portraits as 7th grade art classes engaged in a personal mask appearance project. The students of Mr. Edward Lee's 7th grade art class gave a timely twist last week in developing their mask projects. Students were tasked with drawing pictures of themselves with and without masks. The class of 2026 students drew this piece on paper that folded to unveil the mask and display the face of students. The young artists were given free range to appoint the details of their assignment, with some students using natural or vibrant landscapes in the background of their portrait. Students also included speech bubbles in their drawings and floral designs to express themselves. In an incredibly opportune manner, the 7th graders freely expressed creativity through their artistic abilities. We're in for some wacky weather today and this upcoming weekend, and we'll welcome James Nilsson back on the show to break it down for us. What are we bracing for, James?
We won't have to brace too much, but be on your toes for heavy showers today and maybe tomorrow. We might have to bring out the umbrellas tomorrow morning as precipitation chances sit at 73% and temperature lies at 66. We might see a familiar picture going into tomorrow with precipitation chances dropping to 40%. Patches of wind and increasing amounts of sun will follow throughout the day at 60 degrees. We'll be greeted with a mixture of sun and clouds heading into Sunday with low precipitation chance at 7% and temperatures at 66 degrees. Don't rule out the chances of rainfall this week, South. Back to you, Aiden.
That's all for this edition of the Falcon Report. From our entire staff, stay safe and have a great weekend, South.